Good afternoon and welcome to the new season of the USL 2 Ole Town Artesians back in action. New venue, new players, new coaches, but same old Artesians. Welcome. My name is John McGlamory, bringing you the action today and always on the Ole Town Artesians Network. We are excited. Me, the team, the staff, Cartwright Media, we're excited to bring this season to you live from South Sound Stadium, home of North Thurston Public Schools, North Thurston High School, Timberline High School, River Ridge High School. All three call this their home. And this year, the Artesians are calling it home as well in the new USL2 season. The second year of existence in the USL2 for the team. And today, the Artesians take on Bellingham United in a friendly, getting ready for next weekend's opening matchup against PDX FC to begin the USL2 season. Lots to talk about today that we'll get into during the broadcast. We're going to do a little different type of broadcast today. Don't want to give away any state secrets, so we don't have any numbers on jerseys. So we won't be able to call the game like I normally would, but I'll be giving info on the USL2 squad as well as the newly formed USLW squad, which we're all buzzing about here in the South Sound region. We'll talk about those two squads this year. We'll call out goals. We'll call out good plays, but it's going to be a little different broadcast. Next week, we begin in earnest with a doubleheader on Mother's Day, USLW at 3, USL2 at 1 o'clock. We'll be bringing you the action, both games, doubleheader. My voice will be gone by the end of it, but we don't care because we're bringing you Ole Town Artesian soccer here on the internet. We're going to step away. I've got a double dip today. I've got PA duties and play-by-play duties. I'm going to dip away to do the player introductions, national anthem, and all that stuff, but I'll be right back for the first kick. Be sure to stay tuned in. You're watching Ole Town Artesian Soccer. We'll be back for first kick. We are back, double dipping today. PA announcer and broadcaster, jack of all trades. My name is John McGlamory, bringing you the action today and every day. The officials have taken the field, and we are about to get ready to kick off the 2023 USL 2 season for the Ole Town Artesians. This is just a friendly, doesn't count. It's just for fun, but want to keep things close to the vest, so no numbers on the Artesians players today. So I will do my best to call out what I can. That being said, I'm going to spend a lot of time kind of previewing the season, previewing the USLW season this year. Don't forget, starting next week, live streams will be $3 to view. We are just a simple club, and we're trying to do the best we can, and any kind of money that comes in helps us make a better broadcast for everybody. We are underway. Desmond Wade, the Belizean player, signed out of Verdez FC from Belize, gets his first Artesians touch of the season. Throw comes in, taken down by Brunel. Played back all the way to Jack Slouse. Gig Harbor native Jack Slouse played his college ball at Fordham University on the East Coast. The Fordham Rams, defender, very good player out of Gig Harbor. Beautiful day here in the South Sound region. A little cloud, a little sun, but no rain. We've had nothing but rain since the last time we spoke in the end of summer last year. Good to see that rain has finally stopped. As Manny Nicasio, the longtime Artesian Defensive Player of the Year in last year's indoor season, getting the start here out at left back for the Artesians, playing a 4-3-3 formation with Wade, Fairhurst, and Gil de la Luz up top. Gil led the team in scoring last year in the first USL 2 season. Jason Fairhurst led the team in assists, and I've already failed. I forgot to hit start on the clock, so we're going to go ahead and put, 2 minutes, 2:30 on the clock. Call it good. Here, let me do this. I'm pro at this here. Well, maybe I'm not as good a pro as I thought I was.
Going to 2 or going to 1 when it's live. On 2, yeah, it's still glitching. 1's fine. 2, fine.
Anyway, we're going to get going here back at the game. Dante Perez out of Seattle University gets his touch on the ball. He's another former player from last year. Getting the start tonight, one of many goalkeepers on the roster, along with Charlie Landfear, also out of Seattle University. Sawyer Price, the longtime Artesian, as Wade gets a touch in, blocked on the near end by the defender number 10 for Bellingham, and it's going to go out for a corner kick. First corner of the game. Longtime Bellingham United FC keeper Riley Liddell on the pitch for the Hammers as they get ready to start their season as well in the EPLWA. Hand goes up, ball comes in. It's a long ball out of the far corner. Cleared out off the feet. A slice goes up into the air, headed back to the keeper Liddell. He gathers it in, and he gets ready to set the offense again. Long throw out. It's going to be broken up by Manny, heads it up. Gil couldn't get there. It's going to be played back to Manny as he gets into the offensive zone. Back to Manny. Pushes forward. Gil cuts back. Ball played into the middle to Escalante. Another former Artesian on the roster. Brunel now out wide. Ooh, trip up there. Foul called at the 20. That's going to be a free kick just outside the box. Artesians putting the pressure on Bellingham early as they get ready to get their first set piece of the new season. De La Luz sporting a new haircut. Get a little red action there on top, looking sharp. He's over the ball. Everybody lined up about the 18 as he gets ready. The ball comes in. A curler headed out by the defender. Manning is going to chase it down. Still deep inside Bellingham's zone. He's going to fire a ball up into the box, headed down by Wade. Back to De La Luz. Shot goes off his leg, and it's going to be broken up, but it's going to be held in by the Artesians. Played back. Artesians controlling 100% of the possession right now. Escalante tips it up. It's going to fall to Fairhurst. He's going to dribble around. Jason feeds it wide. De La Luz. Shot goes high. First good opportunity for the Artesians goes by the wayside. A good look. Fairhurst finds Gill on the far side. That was the magic combination last year. Gill just couldn't get on top of the ball, and it sails over the net into the track. Little bit of nostalgia for me here today. This is where I went to high school. This is where I went to middle school. As you can see on the other side is the middle school I went to. So staying in the community is what I'm doing, and I'm giving it back. This is fun. I love it. The Artesians representing the South Sound so well last year at Black Hills High School, moving this year to South Sound Stadium. Overlap. Wade picks it up. Dribbles back. Plays it out wide. Maintaining. Ole Town. Broken up by the defender. As the horn sounds, because we don't know what we're doing with this clock right now. And I think I figured it out. Head coach Liviu Bird down there gets his first touch of the season as well. He makes his way to Ole Town by way of the Kitsap Pumas, by way of the Columbus Crew, where he was a video assistant for the MLS Cup winning Crew last season. A big grab by the Artesians to get him back into the fold, coaching locally. Good hustle by Manny, and Manny gets called for the foul. So Bellingham able to get a little bit of pressure here moving on. But we'll go ahead and do some Ole Town FC scouting reports here. A good player pool this year, led by our first international signing. And speak of the devil, he gets the ball, draws the foul. Desmond Wade, with Verdez FC in Belize, was the leading scorer for that squad before joining the Artesians here in Olympia. The first international signing for the squad, as well as the first signing of the season. Welcome to Olympia, Mr. Wade. Nice to have you here. Ball's going to be played back to the middle of the defense. Ian Cameron over to Slouse. Back to Perez. Perez with the bright orange gloves. We know where he is at all times. Long ball. Looking for Fairhurst. It's going to go out of play. Throw-in coming up for the Artesians. Another big signing, of course, like we said, Jack Slouse out of Fordham University. Played every minute last year for Manhattan FC in the USL 2. They made the playoffs last year. Lost in the first round, but still made it as Manny makes a good run. He gets tripped up, and that's going to be a foul here just outside the box on the far side. Good players coming in as well from University of Washington. We have Cooper Brunel from University of Washington, Charlie Kosakoff, Chris Peretti, Sean Sent, Keegan York, all coming from the University of Washington nationally ranked program. Players from all over the country. University of Central Arkansas, Richie LaPointe Guevara. Ball comes in, far post, headed up and out of play, goes into the track, into the landscaping in the back. Returning players, of course, this season, Jordan Zimmerman, Alex Zimmerman, Sammy Tafoya, Sawyer Price, Dante Perez, Manny Nicasio, Craig Johnson, and Jason Fairhurst, as well as Gil de la Luz. And welcome back, Alan Escalante. Played with Central Valley Fuego in USL 1 last year. Welcome back here to Ole Town. Ball goes out of play. Unable to keep it in as Bellingham, as that ball goes and hits the Jeep symbol. I'd like to say a couple things here. The Ole Town Artesians recognize the sacred land that where we are playing today's game. The Nisqually and Squaxin Island native people are an important member of our community, and the Artesians recognize their contributions to the area and their vast cultural contributions to the community. The Artesians also believe persons of all races, creeds, religious preferences, gender identities, and sexual orientations are welcome and celebrated. The Artesians have no room for racism or intolerance of any kind in the stands, on the field, in the broadcast booth. It doesn't matter. We don't put up with it. So welcome everybody to the broadcast again. As I mentioned at the beginning, a little different this go round. Going to do more of a overview. Little shake up in the makeup of the Pacific Division also, or the Northwest Division. Oh, it was a big lunging header attempt. Goes by the wayside, and a little worse for wear as the Artesians player. So OVF Alliance did not return this year, so the makeup is the Ole Town Artesians, Ballard FC, our big rivals up north, Lane United, the stalwart of the division, CFC Atletico out of Salem, and PDX FC and PDX United out of Portland. So 2 Portland teams this year, 1 Eugene, 1 Salem, 1 Seattle, and 1 Olympia makes up the Pacific Division. Of course, like to thank Cartwright Media for once again tag teaming with me to bring you these broadcasts. Brandon Cartwright is a workhorse up here as an engineer, producer, all-around AV savant, and I appreciate everything he does to make me look better than I truly am. As Bellingham gets going here, just unable to get a foothold in the game so far. And, you know, first looks on this team, the speed for Ole Town, much different than last year. Just they look a lot quicker, more confident on the ball. And I think the roster is going to be a good one for this season. Don't forget to grab your season tickets. $60 gets you all the games for the season. And don't forget, next weekend, of course, the big doubleheader. Ole Town women, Ole Town men, both playing. It's Mother's Day. Bring your mothers out here. Bring your fathers out here. Bring your sisters and brothers out here. It doesn't matter. Bring your kids. We have a fun kids zone out there. We've got food trucks for everybody. Nobody wants to listen to me talk all day. Come out and enjoy the game for yourself. $12 gets you in the door. Kids under 12 are free. And we got an injured Artesian down on the pitch. It's like got a little knock there. Right at the midfield stripe. One exciting player I'd like to talk about also right now. I saw him play this year. I do work for the Olympia High School soccer team. And they have a young man who out of the Sounders Academy, a left back. He's a junior this year. As Desmond Wade gets a touch on the ball, loses it. Ole Town gets it back in the attacking area. Cross comes in. Gill rises, couldn't get there. It's going to go over his head and clear it out for a throw-in. But Gabe Fernandez out of South Kitsap High School, ex-Sounders Academy player, youngest player on the roster. He's 17, plays left back. He is a phenomenal talent. We're happy to have him here in Olympia representing the youth aspect that we're trying to build here with this club as well. Brunel back to Nicasio. Manny wins it again. Manny is just a bulldog out there. He always wants the ball. Ball comes back. It's going to be played into the middle. Lots of space. Shot comes in. It's going to be rising just over the crossbar. It hits the football crossbar and goes out for a goal kick. Riley Little, the longtime BUFC keeper, indoor-outdoor. He's been around the block for years battling with the Artesians. Clears it out. The sun is coming out. It is a beautiful day. Another cross comes in across. Jason Fairhurst there loses it. Wade tries to chip it in. It's going to be blocked off the line by number 15. Actually, no, 15 didn't get a touch on. It goes off of Wade for a goal kick. I mentioned out of the University of Washington, Chris Peretti. He's from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, ex-Real Salt Lake Academy player. He plays wing, center forward, and attacking position. He's not here today, or he might be here today. I don't know. I didn't get a full roster. Excited to have him as well. And the foul's going to be committed there by the Artesians in the attacking zone for Bellingham. Taking off the ball is Wade. Bellingham controlling now. Long ball to the far side over the head of Manny Nicasio. It's going to be offsides against Bellingham. Player made his run a little too quickly. Slouse now with it. Plays back to the middle. Wade looking for a run. Fairhurst makes the run. He's going to get there first. Holds it in. Plays it back. Controlled by Ole Town still. Back into the middle. Ole Town in the grays, of course. Bellingham United in the black. With the numbers. Here comes Slouse. Nobody on him. Tried to make a run. Tripped up, no call. Ole Town maintains possession into the middle again. First touch gets away, out wide to Wade. Wade with the cross. It's going to go to the far side of the field to Gill. Gill picks it up, plays it, gets it back. Gill into the middle, rolls it back to Fairhurst. The shot goes off. The defender out for a corner kick. And the Artesians once again knocking on the door of the Bellingham United goal. Short kick comes in, blocked out by number 16 for Bellingham. Gill holds it in. Maintains it, loses it. One back again, but only to the feet of the Bellingham player. And now one back by Ole Town, headed down to Wade. Wade double teamed, taken off the ball by number 8. Bellingham wins it back. Wade controls it for Ole Town. Back to Perez, and he's going to reset the offense here. Fairhurst chasing after it. So next week, don't forget, May 14th, PDXFC, 3:30 p.m. is the women's game. 1 p.m. is the USL 2 opener for the men against PDXFC. So it's a Ole Town PDXFC double dip opening day. What do you want to call it? Be here, tune in. We have a good crowd here for the friendly. You like it? Like to see that? Filling in a little bit. Good food trucks here. Kona Ice. Serving up some shave ice. Ole Dog, slinging brats. Mi Pueblo with the best gringo burritos in town. And, of course, Dancing Goats Coffee, our goal sponsor. Was lucky enough to take a tour there last week. Got to meet the roast master. I learned more about coffee than I ever thought I'd learn. I will share this with the group here. I thought roasting coffee was like a 3-day event. No, it's 11 to 14 minutes. That's what I learned. I could not believe that. So if you ever want to roast coffee, you only need 15 minutes. You could watch half a Big Bang Theory and get some coffee roasting done. So it's that easy. Trust me. Trust me. No, they have a great setup there. They're a great partner, a great community asset that we have. They sell coffee to 38 states. And we also learned, too, that they have 5 stores in Atlanta, Georgia, of all places. So their headquarters here at Olympia. They've got 38 states where they distribute to, but they've got 5 stores in Atlanta, Georgia. So if you're watching us in Atlanta, go down and visit some Dancing Goats coffee shops and get some good old Olympia coffee. Hune taking off the ball. No call. It goes to De La Luz. He finds Wade. Desmond Wade with the shot blocked at the last minute by number 20. So we've got a full slate this year. Go on to Ole Town FC. Grab your tickets. Grab your live stream passes. Go ahead. Check out the schedule. Buy some merchandise. OleTownFC.com. We've got home games pretty much every weekend from here until the middle to end of July, except for a 2-week stretch in June, which I can't wait for because I do like my weekends as well. Shot comes in. It's off the bar. It's just close enough, but not good enough. It's too close off the post. Ole Town continuing to ask all the questions here early, trying to get that first goal as they just look hungry. Fairhurst couldn't get there. It's going to be won back by Bellingham United. They play back. So for the USLW, the schedule is as follows for home games. PDXFC May 14th. United PDX, which is the other Portland squad, as Perez comes up, heads it out. That's on May 27th at 2 o'clock. June 4th, Capital FC Atletica, which is the women's team in Salem. That's June 4th. Then the women are gone until June 30th when they take on Lane United here at South Sound Stadium. That's a night game, 7 p.m. And then they close it off against Capital FC again on July 2nd at 2 o'clock here at South Sound Stadium. For the men, the USL 2, next weekend, like I mentioned, 1 p.m., PDXFC, and then the big one, May 21st, here at South Sound Stadium. Our rival, our hated rivals, no, we don't hate them, we're just kidding, but Ballard FC here, May 21st. That's a 3 p.m. game here at South Sound Stadium. I expect Ballard will travel well, so if you are in the area, come out, support the boys, make your voices heard, because they're going to need the help. United FC on June 4th. That's another double header. This time the women go first at 1, the men at 4. June 11th, Lane United comes up here. July 2nd, another doubleheader. This time against CFC Atletica. Both games against the team from Salem. And then the final home game of the season, July 14th, home against United PDX. So that's the schedule. Be sure to go check it out on oldtownfc.com. Sorry, my brain slipped there for a second. We're excited. We're really excited, especially for the Women's League this year. The roster that Coach Chris Wells has put together is phenomenal, and I'll talk about that a little bit more here in a little bit. Hune with the cross comes in. Perez makes a flip. It's going to go back to Bellingham. Player gets around. Shot goes into the hands of Perez. Good defense by Manny Nicasio. Forced the weak effort there on the far side. Good recovery by Manny. When I first saw Manny start playing, he was an attacking player, and he's morphed into a left back that I would argue is probably one of the more dynamic players I've honestly ever seen live, because his motor does not stop. He's an attacking force. He's a defensive force. He does it all, and he does it with a smile on his face, which we love. And it's good to have him back on the squad. Escalante with the chip, looking for the runner of Cooper Brunel, just over his head. Bellingham with it again. De La Luz looking for a runner, just out of reach. Back to Slaus, over to Manny Nicasio, pushing forward to De La Luz. One back here by Ole Town. Of course, last year, Ole Town finishing 4th in the Pacific Division. Didn't really know what to expect. We jumped into the league a little bit late in the schedule, put a good roster together of local talent, and more than held their own after a pretty rough start. 3 losses, I believe, to begin the season. And then things just started to click with the team, and they started scoring goals in bunches. And just a really good showing by the team last year in their first year in the USL 2. Highlights include drawing with Ballard at home in a big game to grab points from a team that ended up going pretty deep in the USL 2 playoffs last year. Also in their first year of existence, but they were able to cobble together a roster full of players from the Seattle area, University of Washington players. And they, honestly, they were really good last year, and it was fun to have that kind of rivalry. And then seeing the guys, hold their own against them later in the season was a good thing to see. 6-goal game against OVF at home. That was a fun highlight. Fun for me to call because scoring goals is the point, and it was fun. But just proving to themselves that they could play at this level was a good thing for the kids. And I call them kids because I can. It's good to see our friends from Mi Pueblo here, of course. That ball's played back, and it's going to fall to Jason Fairhurst as he looks to break away. He cuts it back into the middle, takes the shot, goes wide, saved by Little. Oh, Riley Little with the great save, a stretch save as Fairhurst looked to go far post. Couldn't get down over it enough to beat the keeper. But Ole Town with the best chances so far today. De La Luz pulls it down. He's got space. Triple teamed, gets it out to Fairhurst. Flag stays down. Fairhurst cuts it back into the middle, maintains control. Right-footed shot goes up and over and out of play. As we've got our first substitution of the game. Number 25 coming in for Bellingham. I don't have rosters, so we're just going to call him number 25. Head coach Liviu Bird now getting the Ole Town reserves up and running. Liddell pushing everybody forward. Due to the clock mishap, I think we're approaching 30 minutes here in gameplay. Yeah, 30 minutes and 8 seconds, I'm told. It's about 2/3 of the way through the first half here. No score. Wade now. De La Luz on the far side. Ball just out of his reach. He slides. Can't get to it. It's going to go out of play for a throw-in for Bellingham United. Again, don't forget to go to Ole Town FC, grab some merchandise. The new jerseys are just incredible. They are so fun. They are nice. They pop. Good color. The women's jerseys are even better. I like them so much that I'm probably going to end up buying one. But, yeah, just good quality jerseys as well. Don't forget to sign up for the old 1896ers, which is the supporters group. We needed to come up with a new name for the supporters group, and the 1896ers was as good as any. Represents, I believe, the first year Ole Town Olympia beer was brewed. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is. I might have just made that up. I don't know. But it sounds good to me. But it's a good opportunity to support the club, get specialty scarf, you get some stickers, you get just the satisfaction of knowing that you're an 1896er, and it is fantastic. Of course, I'd like to thank our live stream sponsors this year, GGCW Renovations, as well as the Olympia Ballroom. Book your next corporate event, party, wedding reception, whatever at the Olympia Ballroom. And if you need some additions built, renovations to your home, shop, whatever, give GGCW Renovations a call, and they might be able to hook you up with some good quality craftsmanship. Oh, bad giveaway. No, it's not, as Hune couldn't get it. Now a long ball out to Wade. Wade gets around his man, cuts it into the middle. A streaking Fairhurst shot and a score! Jason Fairhurst off the assist from Desmond Wade. And that's how the Artesians open up scoring in 2023. Jason Fairhurst with the one-touch volley into the back of the net. And Ole Town gets one on the board. 1-0 Ole Town. And, of course, that goal brought to you by Dancing Goats Coffee. Locations all around the South Sound and Atlanta, Georgia. Don't forget to swing by and thank them for their support of community soccer and the USL too. So 1-0 the score. Jason Fairhurst opening up the tally for the season. And we'll see if that opens the floodgates here for the Artesians. Good cutting run and a good look by Wade to find him from his wing position. It's hard to believe that Jason Fairhurst could get lost in a field where the players from Bellingham know him so well from what he did to them in indoor soccer this year as well as outdoor in years past. But he was able to sneak away and get open. Coach Liviu Bird grabs the board and he's going to go talk to his players, but he should be happy right now about the way things have transpired here as the Artesians win a free kick in the attacking zone just outside the box. Box full of about 19 players. Ball comes in. It's going to go over the head of Liddell. He pushes it up and out over for a corner kick. That ball just floated on him, but he was able to get a hand on it. A very capable keeper he is. He's been a thorn in the Artesian side for years, and he showed once again why he is one of the best in the area as he pops that one out of play. That was goal bound for sure, but he was able to lose it out of bounds. Corner comes in, shot comes in just wide off the foot of the Artesians player, out for a goal kick. As we're approaching the end of the first half here from South Sound Stadium on the campus of North Thurston High School. This is not North Thurston's home stadium. This is the North Thurston Public Schools home stadium. All three local schools with football programs play here. This is the field where former NFL players Mike Sellers and Jonathan Stewart crafted their trade on the football field. This is where longtime U.S. national team keeper Casey Keller played, as well as Oletown legend Ryan Perkins, former University of Washington kicker. He played here as well. So the community with lots of ties to this stadium, the soccer team with lots of ties to this stadium, and it's good to be here and glad that the city of Lacey is supporting us through this endeavor as well. And we gave Ryan a bunch of stink because apparently he's got a picture hanging up in the locker room here at North Thurston. So not only is he an Oletown legend, he's a North Thurston legend as well. As the ball comes in, as Wade gets it, as the flag goes up, he took it away from his teammate. Wade was offside. The other player was not, and Wade whistled for the foul. So, yeah, Ryan Perkins, owner extraordinaire. He does everything here for this squad, but he's also former kicker for the University of Washington. And, he's a Oletown legend. He's a North Thurston legend. So, kudos to him. But, yeah, it's good to be back here in town. Ball given away. Wade grabbed it but couldn't hang on, and it's going to go out of play. Number 25 couldn't bring it in for Bellingham. It's going to go out for a throw. Quick throw back to the captain, Jack Slouse. Just a solid defensive player he is. Excited to have him on the roster. I mentioned about the women's team. We'll go into the women's team in the second half, give a little preview for them. We're very excited about that season this year. Not only just for the players that they have, but to bring high level of women's soccer to the area. The roster that we've put together for the women's team is made up of predominantly local players, and by local I mean state of Washington. And just the talent that comes out of this area is unbelievable. And we are so extremely blessed to have these young women representing the Artesians and representing women in the area and giving them positive role models to look up to. And we're excited to bring that to everybody this season. But we'll get into the women in the second half. Back to the action here. Manny heads it down. Tries to get away from three players. Bellingham doing a good job at closing down on the Artesians players as they get the ball. So Jason Fairhurst, I mentioned Manny Nicasio was the defensive player of the year for the indoor team this past winter. Jason Fairhurst was the offensive player of the year for the indoor team, setting single season records for goals for men in a season. Kaylee Etley, of course, holds the all-time indoor record with 25 goals in a season. But Fairhurst had 6 goals in a game, which was a single game record. And I felt bad for Manny that game too, because Manny tied the record. He had 4 goals in that game against Everett. But Jason had 6, and that's always going to take over the headlines when he scores 6. But Manny tied the record and got nothing. So felt bad for him. But, hey, anytime you get 2 players score 10 goals, it's a good day. Another giveaway is Wade comes up. Liddell comes out to get it. He tries to chip him. It's going to go off the goal post. It's no good as it goes off the football goal post. He tried to chip the keeper. Good idea. Just not able to get that in. Coach Bird down there coaching as well as always giving advice to the players. Teaching, coaching, doing a good job of that as well. He is just a good find for this team. Kind of also want to talk about the assistant coaches we have this year as well. Ozer Kosmadir, he's a Swedish player, Swedish national. He's the head coach at Peninsula High School, and is also was the coach of the year in the. I believe they're in the South Sound League. I believe they're in the South Sound League. Either way, South Sound Conference. Either way, he was the coach of the year. Good to have him on the roster as well. And Kelvin Galvez, he's Peruvian, coached with Coach Bird at Kitsap Pumas, and in 2017 coached in the Catalan 3rd Division in Spain. All 3 hold high-rated USSF coaching licenses. Coach Bird has an A license. Coach Bird also has a UEFA A license, so you're getting nothing but high quality from him. And we are certainly lucky to have him here. As we get closer to halftime, 1-0 the score here from South Sound Stadium. Oleytown on top of Bellingham United. Foul called. It's going to be a free kick coming up. Sliding tackle, nicely made. And now out come the Artesians as Wade can't keep it in as the ball just played behind him. Goes out for a throw. Throw in for Bellingham. They play it back. Fazio plays up. Cleared out by Oleytown. Nobody there chasing. It's going to go all the way back. But here comes Fairhurst as he's always chasing. Gil de la Luz putting pressure on. Played up nicely by Bellingham. Into the middle, stolen away by Oleytown, and they look to move forward now. And as I say that, they play the ball backwards. Back to Perez with the orange gloves. And now Manny looks to move. He plays it up. Pressure from behind. Foul's going to be called against Fazio as he puts the pressure on. Played back to Slaus, and he's going to reset. Looking for a runner. Wade gets around 25, plays it back. Looking for Fairhurst again. Fairhurst made his run too quickly. That's going to be an offside called against Jason Fairhurst. Quick restart by Bellingham. Could be a giveaway. No, they clear it out just in time. And now Manny gets it. Here comes Manny. Manny out to Gill. Gill looking into the middle. No, plays it back to Slaus. Up on the far side, Escalante fakes the cross, pulls it back inside. Finds Brunel. Brunel out wide to Slaus. Cooper Brunel tried to find a teammate, cleared back by Bellingham. I'd like to thank everybody who is tuning in, whether you're in Olympia, California, Florida, Bulgaria, Belize. Who knows? You could be anywhere. We're just happy to have you. Get to listen to me talk for an hour and 45 minutes. What more would you want on a Sunday afternoon? Talking about soccer. Foul's going to be called here. It's going to be a free kick. No, that's the end of the first half. Hey, it's the end of the first half. The score, Ole Town 1, Bellingham 0. Due to the little clock malfunction, we were a little behind. So we're going to go to halftime. We're going to take a break. I'm going to sign off for a little bit. We'll be back for the second half of action, a little preview of the USLW, as well as a little more talk about the USL 2. You're watching Ole Town Artesians Soccer on the Ole Town Artesians Network. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in about 15 minutes for the second half. Welcome back to South Sound Stadium for the second half of today's USL 2 friendly matchup between the Oleytown Artesians and Bellingham United FC. My name is John McGlamory, bringing you the action today and always for the Oleytown Artesians. Whether it's indoor, whether it's outdoor, whether it's women, whether it's men, it doesn't matter. I'll be here because I love talking about soccer. As we get ready to go, the whistle goes. The clock started on time. We have progressed from the first half. We got the clock correct. So the score 1-0. Jason Fairhurst with a goal off the assist from Desmond Wade. That is the scoring for today. Oleytown has some chances, of course, but only the one goal. Have some substitutions. I see Chris Peretti out there, as well as Alec and Jordan Zimmerman out there as well. Some other new faces. Desmond Wade moved to the center. And Peretti taken down outside the box. That's going to be a free kick for Oleytown coming up. Talked a little bit about the men's league in the first half. I'm going to focus more on the women's league, the inaugural season of the USLW. And I've mentioned before, and it's not just me, there's just so many people gushing about the sheer amount of talent coming into Olympia so far this year. The talent level in Western Washington and Washington as a whole for women's soccer is off the charts right now. Ball comes in headed out. But, you know, the type of player that Coach Chris Wells has brought in is just second to none, and none better than goalkeeper Niku Purcell out of UCLA. She was a freshman last year at UCLA, but she also is one of the goalkeepers for the United States U20 national team. She led that team to the CONCACAF championship this past year, 2022. Had 4 shutouts in the tournament, 1 in the semifinals, 1 in the finals to go along with 2 others. And she's also a member of the U20 women's national FIFA World Cup team, And just having her out here, I think, is a big deal for this community because it shows the girls in the area, like, wow, you work hard. You look where you can go. She's out of Seattle, and we can't wait to have her here. You know, other players that we're really looking forward to, of course, Alex Schoenstatt, currently at University of Utah, played at Ole Miss University. She is out of Eastside FC. She's out of the Rain Academy. She is a phenomenal goal scorer. And, again, excited to have her here. These are players that, you know, you'd look at and say, oh, man, these players are so good. I wish they'd come play in Olympia, or I wish we could see them play before they get big. And that's where we are. We have them here, and they're going to be bigger. They're big now, but they're going to be bigger. These are players that are going to be going pro at some level in their career more than likely, and you can come out and see them 5 times this year. And it's just a who's who of colleges in the area: University of Washington, Gonzaga University, University of Portland, Seattle University, Washington State University. Washington State, of course, made the NCAA Final Four 3 years ago for women's soccer. They've had a solid program forever. Go Cougs. Of course, go Cougs. But, I mean, it's not just local schools. We've got players from University of Oklahoma, Nevada, Wyoming, Baylor, Illinois, Notre Dame, Nevada, Columbia, Wake Forest University, Utah State, University of Alabama, Birmingham, Arizona State, Utah State, BYU. We're talking every D1 school you can think of has representation as Wade tries to cut it into the middle. Nobody there but the defense. It's cleared out by Bellingham. We've got a mix of former pro players, current college students, former college students. We have players from the Japanese U20 national team. It is just a exciting group of women that are coming to play here for the Oldtown Artesians and Coach Chris Wells. Starting next week, of course, taking on PDXFC here at South Sound Stadium. 3:30 kick for the women as they open up the inaugural season of USLW play. The only team in Washington from the USLW, actually, are the Artesians. Next year, the Spokane team will join the league as well, but right now it's just CFC Atletica, Lane United, the two Portland teams, and Oldtown right now for the women. These are players, a lot of these players, I think I counted, let's see, I'm going to count right now, so professional of me, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players from the Rain Academy as a beautiful ball comes in, and that's going to be whistled for offside. Oh, it looked good to me from here as the run was made on that far side, but it just a hair offside. But anyway, 10 players from the Rain Academy. These are players playing in the same organization as the NWPL team, OL Reign. Of course, Megan Rapinoe, the big star for that team. And these are players that are aspiring to become the next Megan Rapinoe or the first, whatever their name may be. But the path to pro is the whole idea behind the USL2 and USLW. This is an opportunity for these players to showcase their talents outside of the collegiate experience, but still play at the highest level they can without getting paid. And this is something that we're excited to bring to the area. This is the South Sound area has always been a big soccer area, and we are just happy to continue the tradition of providing high-level quality soccer for the masses to come out and join. Good takeaway there by Peretti, but he gets it stolen right back. And then Al Zimmerman, the steady Al Zimmerman, longtime Artesian. His brother Jordan, of course, as well. Ball played dangerously into the middle. And don't forget, next Sunday is Mother's Day, of course. So all you mothers, all you people with mothers, all you people who love mothers, whatever, come on out. We've got special photo booth going to be set up. We got flowers for all the moms coming out, other giveaways for the moms. It's a Mother's Day extravaganza. We tried to get the league to change the dates because it is Mother's Day. It's a big day. They said no. So we're going to make an event out of it, and it's a doubleheader. Bring your moms out. Bring your kids out. It doesn't matter. Just come on out. First kick, 1 o'clock, USL2 opening game, PDXFC. And then the women kick off the inaugural game in the program at 3:30 as they take on PDXFC as well. $12 gets you in the door. Kids under 12 are free. We've got a kid zone set up. We're going to have a big inflatable soccer field next week for the kids to jump around in and throw themselves all over the floor, whatever. Tire themselves out so that moms can get a nice night's sleep after the game. I'd like to thank our sponsors, of course, title sponsors, Dancing Goats Coffee, Olympia Jeep, Forma Construction, Van Dorm Realty, Well 80 Artesian Brewing. Go down there after the game. Go down there on your lunch break. I do. And go get some good beer and some good food. And the Rants Group. If it wasn't for the Rants Group, I wouldn't have an office to go to for my job in the real world because they are the building managers of where I work. So thank you, Rants Group. And thank you all for sponsoring and supporting local soccer. These are kids with a dream to go pro, and it's what we can do to help them get there. Wade plays it out wide. Ball comes in from the right side, far post. Nobody there. Peretti chasing it down. Heavy pressure. Peretti wins it back, and it's going to go out for a Ole Town throw. 1-0 the score, 55 minutes into the game. Back to the women's league as well. It's going to be kind of a weird season for the women as due to collegiate commitments, commitments for other events during the season, other showcases. There's going to be waves of players coming and going. There's going to be a core group that's going to be here for the entire season. But you're going to see players come and go throughout the season. Case in point, Niku Purcell, who I spoke about, the goalkeeper. She's only going to be here for about 3 weeks this summer, but she's going to make an impact when she's here, I hope. I mean, I'm hoping she will. I hope I'm not talking her up too much, but she's a phenomenal talent. We're happy to have her, of course. But that's just one example. We've got players that are going to be here in May but won't be here in July. Players that are here in July that won't be here in May. It's just going to be a revolving door of players, but there's over 70 players in the women's player pool, which is just an unthinkable amount of talent. And Coach Wells is going to have his hands full trying to balance everything out within the force, if you know what I'm saying. But expectations high, of course. Wells, assistant coach up at Seattle University. He's, there's a reason why we got the talent we did, because he's one of the scouting directors. So he's got contacts everywhere with everyone. And so I'm assuming when the opportunity arose for a lot of these women to, come home for summer break and play soccer at a high level, they said, hey, why not? And that's where we're at with the Ole women. USLW, first year for the Ole Town Artesians. We're excited. Can't wait. Ooh, a dangerous tackle there. And that is going to be just a common foul as the defender came in from behind. Number 11, a little gimpy there. He'll be all right. Would like to thank Bellingham for making the big trek down here. This is quite a drive. It's a 3-hour drive from Bellingham, but they've got a nice bus. I'll tell you, they have a really nice tour bus. They've always had. It's super comfy. Makes the 3-hour drive that much more bearable. The women playing Seattle Pacific University. Don't have any info on that game. They're playing up in Seattle, I believe at Interbay Stadium, which is where Ballard FC plays their home game for the men. One nothing the score here. Ole Town on top. Long shot comes in. It's going to go up and over. New keeper in the game as well, Dante Perez. Didn't get much action in the first half, but kept a clean sheet, and that's all that really matters. Reminder, this is just a friendly. There's no real win or loss in this game. You want to win, but it's just for training purposes, getting the players a little bit of game action against an opponent other than yourself to kind of see how things work out. And Peretti gets away. Good touch by him, and he looks to run. Peretti into the middle, finds the player. It's going to be brought down. It's going to be cleared out only as far as the 18, held in by Brunel. Back to Zimmerman out wide, and the attack continues. Left-footed cross off of the body of number 3 goes out for a corner kick. You can see Craig Johnson down there getting ready to come in for the Artesians. Played with the Artesians last year. Played with the Tacoma Stars reserves on the indoor season. Won a championship with them as they beat Everett in the finals. Corner kick comes in, headed out by Bellingham. Back into the box. Headed in again. Al Zimmerman heads it back into the middle. Peretti couldn't get there. Cleared out by Bellingham. Headed up into the air. And the ball will fall to the feet of the Bellingham defender. Out wide. Held in, kicked out by Ole Town. Throw in coming up. And 2 subs coming in. Craig Johnson, of course, like I mentioned, and 1 more player coming in. Brunel out. Wade out. Craig Johnson's going to go up to the 10 and play center forward. More subs coming in. This time for Bellingham. Long throw in, held in. Cutting across. Now the ball to the far side, wide open. Right-footed shot. Falls to the feet of a Bellingham player and now played out wide to number 14 as he looks to get around Peretti. Plays it into the middle. Bounces around like a pinball and comes out to the feet of Ole Town. Al Zimmerman plays it back. Gets it back, and he's got room to move. Very deliberate on the ball. Al Zimmerman is probably the most calm player I've ever seen on a soccer field as nothing phases him. Craig Johnson making a run now. Can he get there? No, it's going to go out of play. Out of his reach is going to be a throw-in coming up for Bellingham. As we have crossed over the hour mark into the 63rd minute. It's going to be out again for a throw-in. Played out by Bellingham. Throw-in coming up for Ole Town. Headed into the feet of Peretti. A high boot, and that's going to be a call. It's going to be a foul against Peretti as the boot got close to the head of the Bellingham player. Dangerous play. Restart by Bellingham. 1-0 the score. Ole Town on top. A first half Jason Fairhurst goal assisted by Wade is the difference in the game right now. All kept in on the far side, but given right back, but won by Johnson. As he tracks back, plays it to Zimmerman. Zimmerman in the center back position. Never seen him play there before. Very vocal guy, though, so he should fit in well. Good run there by Johnson again. Can he get there? Yes. No. The ref says it went out. Or the AR said it went out. That was a close one. but deemed to go out. So a throw-in coming up now for Town, or for Bellingham. Once again, coming to you live from Fouts Field at South Sound Stadium. Of course, named after legendary North Thurston baseball coach Jim Fouts. Football coach, too, I believe. Legendary coach, though. Peretti, rainbow kick to himself. Plays it back. Kicked out, throwing for Town. Long ball, flicked back to Peretti beautifully. Ball played into the middle. Now out wide. Town making things happen here. Into the middle. Johnson chests it down. Flicked up and over. Peretti to chase. He won't get there. Yes, he does. It's going to be played out now, this time by Bellingham again. Long throw into the middle, headed up. Only as far as the Town midfield. It's going to fall to Zimmerman, back to Slouse. And Jack's going to reset. Zimmerman chips it up, looking for Johnson. It's going to be cleared up and out by Bellingham, and out for an Town throw. That one's going to go up into the stands. Who's going to get it? There's a mad scramble for it. No, one person going for it. Alternate ball found. We're going to have a throw in now, Town. Nobody playing up for Bellingham. Jordan Zimmerman. The newly haircutted Jordan Zimmerman, I should say. It looks like he got most of his hair cut off. Almost didn't recognize him. Ball played down to Little. Headed up and out. Zimmerman heads it with his arm. No call. That was a slick move by Al right there. That was the Diego Maradona header right there. Went off his arm. Long throw in. Flicked up and over. Nobody there. Slouse running back to chase it. He's going to let it go out of play. Shepherds the player off and lets it go out for a goal kick. 67th minute here at a 90. 23 to go. 1-0 the score. Town on top. Once again, this is just a friendly matchup between the two sides. Games start to count for real next Sunday. Oh, long ball looking for Peretti. He was gone, but a good flick by number 3. Danny Fazio with the flick. Kept it from going. Now a long ball played out. Little comes out. He's there to make the sliding save. It's going to go out for a corner kick. But a good effort there by Town as the ball flicked up. But Riley Little there to make the stop. So now Al Zimmerman over it. My man Al Zimmerman scored an Olympico last year. Those who don't know, he scored a direct goal from a corner kick. Pretty hard to do. He did it once last year. Flicks it in, headed up and out. Back to Al. Back heel, flicked up and out. It's going to go out for an Town throw. One beautiful thing about being an announcer is that you get food, and nothing better than food from one of our sponsors, this time Oli Dog for me. Got some Mi Pueblo for Brandon Cartwright. Brought to us by Oli legend Ryan Perkins, of course. So don't mind me, I'm going to eat this hot dog while I'm calling the game. So Bellingham now with it. Pressure by Ole Town. They're able to get it close to midfield. It's going to go up and off of number 25. Out for an Ole Town throw. Long throw to Craig Johnson. Johnson loses it. It's going to be one back and then taken away again. Oh, and 25 just plays it out. Just a lack of concentration there. Peretti now tracking back for it for Ole Town. Wins the ball. Plays it to Johnson. Flicks it back to the middle. Still Ole Town, but no, a giveaway. And now Bellingham looks to move, and they've got the numbers.
You're good. You got it.
Back to the middle. Space. 14 with it. 25 making an overlapping run. Nobody there. Plays it out wide. Broken up by the Ole Town winger. It's going to go out for a throw-in for Bellingham. But a good build-up there by the Hammers as they look to put some pressure on Ole Town. Trying to get the equalizer here late in the second half.
No.
25 plays it back, but Craig Johnson there to steal it. Now what's he going to do? Craig's going to run. He's going to take it to the near post, taken off the ball by Fazio. One back by Johnson. Flicks to the middle, played out for a corner kick. Good job of staying with it there by Craig Johnson. Wins the corner kick for Ole Town. And once again, an opportunity for a set piece for the Artesians. Al Zimmerman running down, sauntering down to take the kick. Now he's got a couple soccer balls there with him. He only needs one, so he plays it back to the keeper. Hand goes up. Ball comes in. It's a good one. Headed out by Bellingham, though. Cleared all the way past midfield, out of play. That's going to go out for a throw-in. So I'll tell you, I'm enjoying this Ole dog. It's a solid 8.5 out of 10 on the hot dog scale. Nice grill, good char. Like it. Very good. So come on out next weekend and taste test it for yourself. We also have Kona Shave Ice here, as well as Mi Pueblo Express, the Mi Pueblo taco truck, and Dancing Goats Coffee. And, of course, we couldn't do this live stream without our live stream sponsors, GGCW Renovations and the Olympia Ballroom. Header comes in, saved off the line, but it trickles in. And Bellingham gets one back, and we are tied. Bellingham with the headed goal, and they tie it up. Headed down on the line. Keeper got a hand to it, but it just trickled past him. And Ole Town could not clear it off the line. And it is 1-1. Offside, the call against Chris Peretti. Once again, it looked good, but the AR on the far side said, no, sir. And just so you know, the only reason I didn't give this Ole dog a 10 out of 10 on the hot dog scale is because there's nothing better than eating a hot dog at a baseball game. So any hot dog at any baseball game is automatically a 10 out of 10. So, no offense to Oleberg or Ole Dog, But I might change my mind because a hot dog at a soccer game might be my new thing. So I might have to try it again next weekend just to double check. But it is nice to have them out here enjoying the fruits of their labor. 1-1 the score. Kind of a shocking goal there by Bellingham as they hadn't really tested the Ole Town goal all day long. But they get one back here late in the second half. Ooh, giveaway. Peretti comes away with it. Takes a shot. Saved by Liddell. Cleared out by Jordan Zimmerman. Bellingham really putting the pressure on now. Ole Town looking to run, though. Ball played out to the far side. Cut back into the middle. Chipped up and over. Johnson making the run. Johnson gets around his man. Cuts it into the middle. Left-footed shot. Saved by Little. Beautiful shot attempt there. But Riley Little up to the task as he makes the save. That was a beautiful left-footed shot. Ooh, giveaway. Zimmerman punches it clear. Nobody up top, though, for Ole Town. Beautiful cut. Ball played up. Into the middle it goes. Who's there? It's Johnson. Couldn't control it. Headed down over to Peretti. Peretti with the shot across the face of the goal as Riley Little just watches it go past him. Harmlessly out for a goal kick, but Ole Town making some waves here as they look to regain the lead late in the game. So if I haven't mentioned it enough during this broadcast, don't forget, the season starts for real next Sunday. 1 o'clock, the men, USL 2, take on PDX FC here at South Sound Stadium. Followed at 3:30 by the inaugural game of the USLW team, the Ole Town women, as they take on PDX FC at 3:30. Mother's Day, special Mother's Day events all day. Come out, support the teams, watch some soccer, treat your mom to a shave ice or a hot dog or maybe even a birria. Who knows? Just come out and support local soccer. Ooh, another giveaway here. Ball played into the middle. It's going to be Bellingham, who comes away with it. 3 Artesians couldn't get there. Ball played across. Slouse with the tip, but it goes far wide to Bellingham, back into the middle. Now played back out of the zone into the middle once again. Back heel spin out to a wide man. Makes the cross into the middle, and it goes across the face of goal. Played back in and shot out of there by the Ole Town defender, as Ole Town playing with fire right now. Bellingham looking to be the aggressors now, and almost got another one to go up. So it's going to be a long throw. No, it's going to be a corner. We have a sub, so he's taking his time down there. It's going to be a corner kick. Ball comes in, headed out by Al Zimmerman. All the way out to the 25. It's going to go back to the original corner kick taker. Plays it up. It's going to be cleared out by Ole Town. Al Zimmerman now takes it. Just deliberate. Like I said, just so calm on the ball. He is. Finds the open man. Cleared out. It's going to be held in by Ole Town as they look to run. They're back on the front foot and now looking to run on the wing. Plays it back inside. It's going to be a foul right on the edge of the box. Player sold it really well, but it was a foul right on the line. A dangerous spot for a free kick. We'll see who steps up to take it here for Ole Town. And of course, we couldn't do this without North Thurston Public Schools. That was Gary, who just came into the broadcast booth. Facilities director here at the stadium. Fantastic. He's been nothing but help since we got here. Met with him during the week. Got here early today. He's been fantastic. So thanks to North Thurston Public Schools and their support for allowing us to play here and supporting our full schedule of practices and games. But now back to the action here. This is a dangerous spot. 4-man wall setup. Riley Little on the far side. Zimmerman kicks it right into the wall. Oh, that was wasted effort there by the Artesians, as Zimmerman just played it right into the middle of the wall. And now Bellingham looks to run. Jordan Zimmerman able to play it back to the keeper, who plays it forward. Comes to his left foot, chips it up and out. Held in. Back to Zimmerman. Zimmerman. Triple team comes. He splits it. Plays it back to Slouse. Now out to Jordan Zimmerman. Into the middle, it's Al. Surveys. Plays a long ball. It's Peretti who switched sides. He's going to get there first. He comes across to get it. Flicked up and out by number 20 for Bellingham. It's going to go out for another corner kick. And you can see the danger on the counterattack for this team, as they've got speed to burn on the edges. Another substitution now for Bellingham. Number 4 coming in for number 25. Zimmerman now lines up on the corner. 84th minute of gameplay here. Hand up, ball in. It's a long ball to the far post. Headed up and out. Another corner coming in for Ole Town, as this time on the near sideline is where they're going to be, as the ball was cleared out by the newly entered into the game number 4. Zimmerman made the long journey across the field. He's going to put his hand up and he's going to put the ball in this time. Low driver that comes up, headed just in front of the goal by Johnson. Riley Little went crashing into the goalpost as he took a big spill. That was going right to the corner and it just flicked in front. But the goalkeeper, Little, he looks a little worse for wear as he went face first into that goal mouth. He looks to be running off a little bit. No worse for wear. And it is my pleasure now to welcome into the broadcast North Thurston High School's own Ryan Perkins.
Ram Pride School-wide.
Ram Pride School-wide.
Look out, Rams. Coming
Ryan,
for you, Blazers.
Ryan, welcome to the broadcast. I've already talked you up a little bit today, but you know, this is the culmination of a long off-season of hard work that you and Jason Smith and others have put in to the program. And what does it mean to you to have this? I mean, this has been a big change. Let's be honest. This has been a big change from last year to this year. How does it feel to have it kind of all come together right now?
Yeah, it feels good. I feel like we're still about 60-70% there from a soccer fanfare perspective, and I think it is a culmination of a very long off season. But I feel like it's better this way because last year we only had a couple months to put it together, and now we had a year.
Right.
So you build out your coaching staff, you build out your player pool, and try and advance and progress your fanfare and your game day experience. And I think it's all kind of coming together, and it's a decent little crowd for a friendly and in Olympia.
Yeah, for the first real full day of no rain in about seems like 2 years.
Yeah.
Good crowd.
Good crowd, and it's nice to see the town on the field too. I feel like what we're seeing is a kind of an aggressive, threatening team. That there's really no weak spots, and it's nice to see what Coach Bird has put together. And everybody's playing. There's 25 guys out there playing right now, and it's like everybody's competing at a really high level.
Absolutely. And Bellingham is one of those teams that these guys have played together for so long. You can't ever take Bellingham for granted. I mean, different leagues, whatever, but Bellingham's a solid team. They've played together for so long. They know each other so well.
EPLWA champs last year. They're always a dominating team. They do a really good job, and I think even with having 25 guys, a player pool going up against Bellingham, even with a tie here almost in the 90th.
Oh, and Chris Peretti with a wonderful shot attempt just went into the side of the net, but you can see these guys are able to find open space.
Absolutely.
Which, is the key to any successful soccer team is being able to find open space. And this team has found it in spades as Preddy wins it back again, tries to get around number 20, can't. And here comes 20 on the rampage, looking for somebody, gets it away. Players just falling down everywhere. And a foul is going to be called against Oleytown, and the Bellingham player complaining about it. So
yeah, the ref has had his hands full with a lot of dissent today.
Yeah,
this league is full of grown men that are very angry and cranky.
Grown men who are angry. Yes,
yeah.
But he actually reverses the call. He pointed towards Bellingham.
That's hometown cooking right there.
That might have been a little home cooking here by the officials, but.
It's just nice to see also, this caliber of player too. You got some UW guys here, some Seattle University, sitting here in Lacey Olympia and just being able to see a Division I guys that are playing at a Pac-12 level, and it's really nice to see.
It really is. Last year we were really excited when we had one from Seattle University player, and he was good, but now you've got multiple, and you can really see the talent difference, but honestly, they make the people around them better as well.
Absolutely, a little foul here.
Yep, another foul. Oleytown really wants to win this. I'll tell you that. They're pushing for that winning goal.
Yeah, the team has actually only been together about a week, and to see even they're gelling a little bit together, having a little structure and organization. I think it speaks volumes to the head coach, Coach Bird, and Ozair and Kelvin, and I think
headed ball just wide.
Putting together a little something for a friendly is always a tough task with only a week, and you got guys flying in from Belize and Bulgaria in the last 5 days. You know, trying to get used to this time zone and this weather and these guys, and I think it's a good show today, good result. Here in the next couple minutes, we'll find out if we can sneak one in.
And I was talking about earlier with the women's league about how just transient the player pool is. Like, they're here and then they're gone and then they're gone and then they're here. It's the same for the men too, not to this scale as the women, but you know, it's just got to be impossible for some of these teams. And you talk about just how so many of these players are in college. You know, the men's leagues play in the fall, so a lot of times in the playoffs. And I'm not jumping ahead and saying we're making the playoffs, but for teams that do make the playoffs, these players are already back in college, so you're getting completely different rosters when it comes to playoff time. So it's a really hard league to coach, to plan for. But
that happened with our counterparts up north, Ballard, our in-state rival in the USL too, and they made it to the regional playoff, and they were missing multiple guys from their starting lineup, and then they lost in that first game of the playoff, and it makes you wonder. Your recruiting has to go further than just the first month of play. You have to almost be asking guys that maybe said no for May and June. Well, can you come out for July and the first week of August? And
I think that's you could talk about how Coach Bird has done a good job of integrating a lot of the older local players with the newer players from outside the area, which I think would help solve some of those problems if, by chance we make it that far. You'd like to see that happen. And I think he's done a good job of keeping a lot of the players local that are good quality, keeping them around. It's
absolutely.
Nice to see.
And it's nice to have some local guys, too, some local, guys that have been around for a while that can make all the practices, all the games, and they're playing at a high level, too. And it's good to have training guys like that. Oh, he actually hit the crossbar.
God, that ball from out of left field hit off the upper V. I don't even think the keeper had that covered, Ryan.
Yeah, that was that one kind of just hung up there. It's one of those where you're looking at it as a keeper and going, all right, is this hanging up here? Is this going over?
That's one of those FIFA goals where you chuck your controller into your TV when your opponent scores it.
Oh, a little hospital ball almost. Peretti almost got to it.
Yeah, Riley Little throws it out. We're in stoppage time. We're in the 92nd minute here. I can imagine that we're going to be hearing a whistle here pretty soon for the end. That ball's going to be played up, held in by Bellingham, backheel nicely. And Bellingham looks to make one last push, and here they come. Out wide, it's number 4 in space. He's going to cut it back inside. He's going to play it across. That guy's offside, though, and that ball's going to go just across the goal mouth. And that's going to be the final whistle of the game today. With the score, Bellingham United 1, Ole Town 1. Ryan, it was nice to have you on here.
Thank you, John.
We'll talk to you throughout the season. Don't forget, next weekend, Mother's Day, 1 o'clock, USL 2, first game, 3:30, USLW, inaugural game. Come out, support the women and the men, support the community, support local soccer. We'd love to see you there. And don't forget, next weekend as well, live stream will be $3 per game. Don't forget to buy your tickets online, get some merchandise online. Come out, support local soccer. On behalf of Cartwright Media, the Ole Town Artesians, our title sponsor as well, 80, Forma, Olympia, Jeep, Van Dorn Realty, and the Rants Group. My name is John McGlamory, bringing you the action. We'll see you next weekend for opening weekend, USL 2, USLW. We'll see you then, and until then, have a great night, a great week, and we'll see you on Mother's Day.